Everyone, welcome back to another video, and on today's video I'm going to be answering this question right here. So this question was left in the comment section of my last video, and it's actually really important, so I wanted to talk about it. Now, the first question they're asking is Privy better for MLS properties? And I want to say 100%. Privy is going to allow you to filter for properties that are listed below after repair value. But if a house is listed below ARV, then there's a situation going on. Either three things. Either the agent doesn't know what they're doing, or the property needs tons of work and the agent realizes they have to discount it, or three, there's a distress situation going on. So Privy allows you to filter for properties listed below that after repair value, and you can come in there and make an offer. It's always good to filter, because if you're going on Zillow, you're going to see everything. And if you're looking at every single property, you're going to be wasting a lot of time, right? That's the truth. PropStream is only good at if you want to look at mortgage data, like who bought the house, when they bought it, that type of thing. Or even to pull like a seller list. Cool. Now that we got that sorted out, I want to talk about the main topic of this video, which is who pays the real estate commissions, the buyer or the seller. And now everybody has this question, so I'm going to answer it for you guys today, but you know I'm not going to be able to answer it without my iPad. So I have my iPad here with me, and I'm going to break down exactly how the commission is broken down to, right? And let's pretend there's a seller here, right? The seller is a stick figure right here. Now bear with me. The seller has a house, right, that they want to sell. Now they have several different options when it comes to selling their house. They can sell it themselves, they can sell it to a family friend, to a local investor, or they can have an agent represent them. And all the agent is going to do is be a middleman and evaluate all the offers, evaluate the price. That's what they're doing, right? So in order for them to do that for a seller, they have to charge them commissions, right? So this is an agent, right? Because no one works for free. That doesn't exist. So this is an agent right here, right? And the seller decides to work with an agent. The agent is going to have the seller sign an agreement. And that agreement is going to be like a listing agreement saying, you know, for 6 months, you're going to list the property, yada, yada. But the main thing is that they're going to pay 6% commissions. Unless the agent has the option to lower those commissions to whatever they are okay with accepting. But general rule is most of the time it's 6% commissions. Now, that 6% commissions, 3% goes to the seller when the property gets sold. So 3% of the purchase price. And then the other 3% goes to the buyer's agent. The buyer's agent is the agent that's representing the buyer. And the seller agent is the agent representing the seller, right? That's how it works. And typically, this is how you would incentivize an agent. Okay, you following me? So, how will the seller's agent, right? This agent right here, how will this agent be able to make 6% commission if they represent you, right? Because you're going to be an investor, you're going to come in unrepresented with no buyer's agent, and you can have this agent represent you. And if this agent represents you, they're going to get 3% for the seller for listing their house and 3% for bringing you, the buyer. That would mean that the agent makes 6% commissions, right? If they represent you or they represent the buyer. Now keep in mind, some states it's illegal to do dual representation, but in most states you're fine, right? Too awesome. So we can actually use this to an advantage. For example, let's take this example I have here. A house sells for 100K. 100K times 0.6, that's 6% commissions, right? So 3%, which is 3,000, would go to the buyer's agent, and the other 3%, which is another 3,000, will go to the seller's agent. Which means if the agent represented you, they could get a full $6,000 commission, right? So that's a lot more money than they would have gotten if they don't represent you, right? And you can simply ask the agent, hey, I'm unrepresented. You can write up the offer, represent me, and get that other 3%. That's the only way they can get that other 3%, right? So clearly, agents are going to want to represent you. Even though your offer is lower, this will help them out because they know they're going to earn more with you, right? Now, questions you have to ask when you're dealing within a transaction that has an agent. You have to ask, how is the agent going to get paid? You need to figure out what type of commission they have. Do they have an agreement with the seller? Because if they don't have an agreement with the seller, then you will have to incorporate their commission into your assignment fee, right? So you know how you do ARV times 75% minus repairs minus wholesale fee. You're going to have to do minus their commissions, right? So maybe 2,500, maybe 3,000, whatever the case is, you can incorporate that into your calculations, so that way you tell the agent, don't worry, the seller doesn't have to pay your commissions, I'll pay them, right? And at the closing table, the buyer will pay those commissions, because those commissions are not going to affect them. They're still going to be able to buy at the right price to make money, right? So I'm going to get into that, right? But you need to make sure you ask the agent, how much are they getting paid? Do they have a listing agreement? Is it 6% or is it 3%, right? Because sometimes they might lower their commission. And if it's 3%, then you really can't really incentivize them that much. But if it's 6%, great. Now, like I mentioned here, some agents have discounted the commission. So always communicate with them on how they're getting paid. That way, if you know how they're getting paid, you can incentivize or you can structure the offer a certain way by either you paying their commissions, having them just pay the commissions regularly, or even giving them a portion of your assignment fee and just telling them that they don't have to charge the seller any type of commissions. Or you can even have them collect the 3% and you give them an assignment fee, right? Totally up to you. Now, let's take a look at the formula, right? So, if you have decided that you want to pay the commissions, that way the seller doesn't have to pay them and the offer looks a little bit prettier, you're going to have to do ARV. ARV times 0.70 minus the repairs, minus the wholesale fee, minus the agent commission is going to be your max allowable offer, right? Because the buyer that's going to be paying these commissions needs to be making money, right? They need to buy at the right price. They're never going to sell at the right price. That's not how they make money. They make their money when they buy at the right price, right? So, you have several options, right? But look at the benefits if you decide to cover the agent's commission by incorporating that into your max allowable offer. It makes the offer a little more competitive. The seller nets more because they don't have to pay those commissions. The seller might find it more appealing, right? You allow the agent to hunt for properties for you and telling their sellers they don't have to pay commissions. So that is the absolute best way. Like, you can tell an agent, all right, anytime you see a distressed property, if the seller doesn't want to pay your commissions, I'll pay your commissions, right? I remember, there's several ways of paying their commissions. Either you're going to pay the commission or you'll give them a small portion of the assignment fee, right? Either way, you just have to make sure that you incorporate their price correctly. You incorporate what you say you were going to give them into your price, right? So if you know a buyer's only going to pay $100K for it, you're not going to be offering $100K, right? You're going to offer below that, and you have to incorporate everything. The repairs, right? The fact that they're going to get some, maybe a couple $3,000, and the fact that your assignment fee is $10K, right? You need to incorporate that all into your offer, right? That's how this works. That's the only way you're able to pay their commissions, and the buyer is still going to pay because they're still going to buy at the right price, right? Now, how would you get this done? How would you pay the seller's commissions? Easy. You would have them send you over a document. Every single title company has a different one. I mean, every single agency, real estate broker has a different type of commission structure. So it's basically like a form that you fill out and you just give it to the title company. Now, I would not be paying the agent's commission unless you guys have already established a connection and you guys have already previously closed wholesale deals. For the most part, you want to have the seller just pay for the 6% or whatever they have going on, and you don't pay for that, the seller will pay for that. And the way that they pay for it is whatever offer you give them, they're going to have to take 6% off to pay the agents involved, right? Or if there was no buyer agent, then they'll just pay the 3% to the seller agent, right? So just keep that in mind. The commission structure you will send over to the title company. The title company will handle that, and they will make sure they pay whatever commission you have pushed over to your end, right? So that's it for this video. Don't overcomplicate it. There's several ways to structure your deal. Either the basic, which just have the seller pay the commissions as they're supposed to, or you can cover the commissions if the seller doesn't want to pay for them. You can decide if you want to pay the 3% or the 6%, totally up to you. I would just give them 3% if you're going to pay for the commissions, right? Or you can have the agent represent you and charge the seller the full 6%, right? So I hope this wasn't too complicated. Peace out.